So you're not going to understand why I'm telling you about this story, but I'll explain. I will explain, so bear with me. This is from Fox News. The Atlanta Falcons made a hard turn with their coaching search. The Falcons, despite interviewing Bill Belichick twice, hired Los Angeles Rams defensive coordinator Raheem Morris to fill their head coaching vacancy. The Falcons made the deal official later on Thursday. Arthur Blank, the owner, said this is a historic day for the Atlanta Falcons. We're thrilled to welcome Raheem Morris back to Atlanta, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So you may be wondering why I'm wasting your time with NFL coaching news, aside from the fact that we are going to the conference championships. The Ravens are my team on Sunday. I'm pretty excited about it. Cannot share my excitement with anybody outside of my own household, because nobody here cares about football. This is a Titans town. None of you people care, So I have nobody I can talk to about it with. So, and anyway, you should feel a little sorry for me about that. But that's not the only reason. There's another reason too. And because this coaching news presents some fascinating problems for the left's narrative, and it kind of shows you how the left's narrative works. And here's why. Raheem Morris, who just got the head coach gig in Atlanta, he's been around the league for a while. He's a relatively young guy. He's like 47, 48 years old. But he's been around the league for a while. And he got his first head coach job like 15 years ago. He has a track record, and it's not good. He has a losing record as a head coach. A thoroughly losing record. So it's not even close to 500. He's probably 300 or something. He's never been to a Super Bowl. I don't think he has any playoff wins. He has nothing. It's just he has failed in his head coaching opportunities in the past. He has been poor to mediocre. Mediocre has been kind of his ceiling, when really he's been a poor head coach. And he's also a black man. Meanwhile, there is another head coach free agent on the market, as referenced in the article, named Bill Belichick, who you've probably heard of. He has 6 Super Bowl rings. He has more wins than any other coach in the history of the game, except for one, and he's within striking distance of having the most wins out of any coach who's ever coached in professional football. He interviewed for this job twice, which is, I don't know if I can quite explain what that means. Like he took 2 interviews. This guy's a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame, and he took 2 interviews. He not only interviewed once. Like you would think, right? If I was Bill Belichick, I wouldn't take any interview. In the first place, I would say, I got to interview for the job. I'm Bill Belichick. What do you mean? I got to interview for the job. Like you know what I can do. I'm not going to interview with you, much less come back a second time. It's like if Daniel Day-Lewis not only came in to audition for your role in your movie, but actually came in for a follow-up audition. And he was auditioning against just like guys who have acted in commercials. And then he doesn't get the gig. Like, it's like that. Grand Canyon University is an affordable private Christian university based in Phoenix, Arizona. They're dedicated to making education fit into your already busy schedule, which is why they offer 270 of their academic programs online. From scholarship to academic support, GCU's graduation team provides you with the personal support you need to obtain your goals. GCU's online program offers you the freedom to earn your degree on your own time from wherever you are. GCU is praised for its culture of community, giving, and impact. They integrate the free market system and a welcoming Christian worldview into all of their academic programs. Achieve your goals with a personalized plan and a supportive team behind you. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu. That's gcu.edu. I'm not saying that Raheem Morris got the job because he's black. I'm not saying this is a diversity DEI hire situation. I'm legitimately not saying that. Okay, I'm not being coy when I say it's like I don't think that's what happened. The NFL now they do have a ridiculous policy, the Rooney Rule, where teams have to interview minority candidates for head coaching gigs, even if they already know who they want. They have to go through the motions of interviewing minority candidates. But I don't think he got the job because he's black. I think he got it because one of the quirks of the NFL is that you've got these guys, these kind of mediocre coaches who've never accomplished anything, who just sort of hang around for decades, and they keep getting jobs. And this is black and white coaches this happens with. Mediocrity in the NFL is colorblind. You've just got, it's frustrating and confounding for the fans. No one quite understands, but you've just got these guys It's like Jeff Fisher, who coached for the Titans for many years, is one of these guys. He's mediocre. All he ever did was he'd go 500 in the season. He kept getting jobs, and no one could figure out why. All I'm saying is that the sports media and the left have claimed, and still claim, that the NFL is racist against black coaches, which is absurd on its face for a million reasons we talked about before. But if you actually believed that it was true, well, this event should shake your faith in that theory to its core. Because if the NFL is racist against black coaches, how in God's name could a black coach with a losing record and no rings get a job over a white coaching legend with 6 rings who interviewed for the job twice? It's like impossible, right? If you didn't know anything about the NFL and someone told you, the first thing they told you is, look, first thing you need to know about this league is they're racist against black coaches. You need to know that. Okay, you would not predict, based on that theory, that there could ever be a scenario where a losing black coach could get a job over a white coach who's been to the Super Bowl and won it 6 times. Because it just doesn't make any sense. But will this event cause and by the way, it's not like Raheem Morris is the first black coach with a losing record to get a job. As I said, it happens many times. In this case, it's even more noticeable given who he got the job over. But will this cause the race hustlers, the Jameel Hills of the world, to reconsider or recalibrate? Will they look at this and say, okay, well, that's not quite what we would expect if, given that the NFL is racist against head coaches, we thought, black head coaches. Okay, I'm not even saying will they abandon their theory of systemic racism against black coaches in the NFL and in society generally. Of course, they're not going to abandon it, but will they even take it into account? Will it be a data point that they look at and try to factor into their equation? Well, no, of course not, because this is why I say systemic racism in every aspect of life, including in the NFL, is an unfalsifiable theory. There is nothing that can happen that will ever cause the people who believe in this theory and who have postulated this theory, there is nothing that could ever happen that will ever disprove or discredit or even weaken this theory in their minds. Unfalsifiable, which is why it is an illegitimate and false theory in the end. If you'd like to see what else I have to say, you can access my full show by going to dailywire.com or by going to the Matt Walsh Show Twitter page. Hope to see you there. Godspeed.